Hello, I'm Karen Spilka, Massachusetts Senate President, and I'm here with our Senate Weekly Update for the week of June 8th, 2020. I'd just like to note that I just got off the phone of a Zoom call with the Mass Women's Political Caucus where we celebrated Women's History Month a little late. It was supposed to be March, but we celebrated and we talked a lot about the milestones of the 100-year anniversary of women getting the right to vote. That was through protests and a lot of working hard, but it was a history-making moment. And I believe right now we're at another history-making moment. It's a chance to right a wrong that has caused so much pain for far too long. Like you, I am angry and heartbroken by the murders of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery. But as a white woman legislator, I also recognize that being angry and heartbroken are not enough. If we truly wish to be allies and champions in the fight against racial injustice. Over the past weeks, I've had many productive conversations with Black leaders, my colleagues, heard from fellow elected leaders of color, and I've listened to those who experienced both the power and the trauma of participating in recent protests. The message is loud and clear. Not only must we listen and amplify voices of color, but it's time that we take action. It's beyond time that we take action to address issues surrounding policing and racial inequality. And the Senate is taking action both this session and next session and is already hard at work on legislation. With that, I do want to stress that we recently passed and the governor signed into law a very strong data collection and a bill that also creates a diversity task force. The collection of all this information will help us address COVID-19 health disparities and hopefully correct some of these disparities and inequalities in the future. We also advanced a Chapter 90 bill and T Oversight Board bill. We are allocating $300 million for our cities and towns for fixing roads and bridges that really need this work and repair. We also create a new panel to oversee the MBTA board, and we're hoping to take that up this Thursday. We will take action also on a triple B Eastern equine encephalitis bill that last summer triple E plagued many areas of our state, and it will be spreading. It comes in 2 and 3 year cycles, so we need to make sure that we are ready this summer and that we fight it as best as we can and protect our residents. And we also are working on a very strong and robust vote by mail and early voting bill that will allow all of the voting by mail and early voting for both the primary and the general election. I do want to end by talking about our reopening and recovery efforts. The Senate continues to stay very engaged on issues surrounding reopening and recovery, and we've entered phase 2, but I just want to really remind people, don't stop doing what you're doing. Keep wearing a mask, wash your hands, use sanitizer, social distance. These are the ways that we've really not only flattened the curve, but we've made it trend down. We've enabled phase 2 to start because of all of your hard work. Keep it up. The Senate wants input on where you're at and what your concerns are. So with that, we are holding listening sessions, public listening sessions. The first will be this Friday at 11 a.m. It will focus on economic development and labor and workforce. So please stay tuned, go on the Senate website, and it will be live streamed. Our next listening session, the Senate public listening session, will be on public health and healthcare requirements. We should not be letting up on our public health guidance. We will also look at areas of childcare, possibly small business, and many other areas. So stay tuned, look on the Senate website, and continue, please, to stay healthy and well. Until next week, take care.